This is Inquisitive Galaxy, and you are watching the brand new series of Natural Satellite. So, let's begin with today's episode on Introduction to Natural Satellites of the Solar System. Our Earth, as we all know, has a companion, the Moon or Luna. The Moon is more than just a gravitationally bound space rock. It has been a source of many romantic novels and songs. The Moon is the reason behind why we have tides here on our planet. Have you ever wondered how this lovely space rock came into being? Well, there are in fact many theories, but the theory most agreed upon is the giant impact hypothesis. According to it, our primitive Earth collided with a primitive planet which was about the size of Mars. It was called Theia. The cataclysmic collision resulted in the formation of leftover debris cloud that started orbiting our planet. Soon, most of the debris came together and formed the Moon, and a part of it fell back on Earth. Our Moon is responsible for the tilt and wobble in our Earth's axis that causes seasonal changes and drives atmospheric and oceanic circulation. Our Moon has also affected our planet's spin around its axis. During the Apollo missions, we got closer to our natural satellite. We got to know about the lunar geology via samples brought back home by the astronauts. Moreover, future missions like the Chandrayaan-1 conducted by the Indian Space Research Organization or ISRO helped confirm the discovery of water locked in minerals on the Moon. Water. Wow. ISRO also claimed about the existence of non-radioactive helium on the Moon. Moon lacks an atmosphere and is vulnerable to incoming solar radiation and meteor impacts that leave behind a crater terrain. Our Moon's terrain is a concrete proof of how chaotic our solar system was during the past. Mars, the red planet, also has two moons, Phobos and Deimos. They have an irregular shape and are thought to be asteroids that were captured by Mars. It was discovered by S.F. Hall in 1877. Jupiter, the mighty planet, has an enormous gravitational force that captures most of the space rocks. The great Italian astronomer Galileo Galilei discovered the four mighty moons of Jupiter, namely Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. Jupiter has 79 moons in total. When Voyager 1 was on its grand tour, it visited the mini solar system of Jupiter only to be struck by awe. As it flew past Io, it discovered active volcanoes. Scientists have discovered 150 erupting volcanoes so far, and there could be 400 volcanoes. Io is the most volcanically active body in our solar system. It has sulfur in its atmosphere and is very much close to Jupiter, as a result of which the tidal heating and the flexing causes Io to have lots and lots of volcanic activity. Europa, the smallest of the four Galilean moons, is known to have an icy crust and an underwater ocean beneath the thick crust. Many astrobiologists believe since much of the harmful radiation emitted by Jupiter is also absorbed by the thick ice, life could possibly thrive inside it. Europa also has mysterious stripes in the icy crust that is still unambiguous. Ganymede is the largest moon of the solar system, large enough to overwhelm Mercury inside. Ganymede has its own magnetic field and it may have a liquid iron core within it. Callisto has an unaltered primitive crust, battered by meteors. Saturn, the crown jewel of our solar system, has 82 moons, with Titan being the second largest moon in the solar system, being the most extensively studied moon as well. It is believed that Titan has lakes of liquid methane on its surface. The Cassini dropped the Huygens space probe on the surface of Titan, and we got to know much about the moon. Titan has a substantial atmosphere with a temperature as low as minus 179 degrees Celsius. That's freezing. At this temperature, water vapor cannot exist. So Titan's atmosphere is free of water vapor. Titan's atmosphere has 97% nitrogen and 2.7% methane. The lakes of Titan could possess microorganisms, according to some astrobiologists. Saturn's moon Enceladus is the most reflective moon in the solar system. Its surface is covered with thick, clean water ice, like Europa. Jackpot. Enceladus may have a subsurface ocean of salt water. Uranus has 27 moons, all named after the characters that appear in the work of William Shakespeare. They are Umbriel, Titania, Miranda, Oberon, and 23 others. Titania is the largest moon of Uranus and the 8th largest moon in the solar system. It was discovered by William Herschel, who also discovered Uranus using his telescope. Titania is named after the Queen of Fairies in Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream. Neptune, the farthest planet from the Sun, since Pluto was declared a dwarf planet in 2006. Triton, the largest moon of Neptune, has a surface of frozen nitrogen. Triton is geologically complex and has active volcanoes spurting out frozen nitrogen into 18 miles above the surface. Neptune's bizarre moon, Triton, in the distant future will come critically close to Neptune, and as a result, the tidal forces will rip the moon apart, forming a new ring around it. So thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video. If yes, then please do give a like and share this video with your friends. See you in the next video. Until then, stay connected.